So keep that in mind when you do get a better physique. Another reason your arms aren't probably growing is because you're not actually training them hard enough. Huge mango sticky rice pump. You're gonna have worse body dysmorphia. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are training arms. So if you've struggled with growing your arms in the past or currently, follow this workout. I will be linking the workout below in the description. So if you want to follow this on your arm day, give it a crack and let's grow some arms. Have to make sure we're tracking the workout. So we're doing 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps, but because it's the start of the workout, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go really light. We're just gonna do one warm-up set with 15 to 20 reps. And I just like to do this at the start of every single workout. Puts the blood in the muscle and it prevents any type of injury. So when I like to do this, I like to grab the cable and then take a step, just a single step out until I start to feel it pulling against me. And then I just like to lock my elbow in that exact location. And then as I come up, I'm slightly twisting my hand outwards and squeezing with my pinky finger at the top of the contraction. So we'll just do this for 15 reps. And remember, this is a warm-up set. How long should you rest in between every set when you're training arms? I typically like to go for biceps, 45 seconds, and for triceps, because you can do heavier exercises, I like to do around a minute for my triceps. So now that the warm-up set's done, we can sort of gauge of how heavy we can go. So that was just a single plate for the warm-up exercise. Now I got the feel for it, and because we're only doing 2 working sets, I'm gonna go up 2 more plates, so that's 3 plates in total for the next 2 sets. It's been 45 seconds now, so we're gonna get into the next set. I think I'm only gonna get 12 reps because I've gone up a little bit of weight. Let's see how we go. So when you're doing this exercise as well, you wanna make sure you're getting that full stretch and it's really pulling away. Otherwise, you're not getting the most out of this exercise. See how my elbow's locked in place? We don't really wanna move it from there. It's almost like drag curling. Whew, that was heavy. Another reason your arms aren't probably growing is because you're not actually training them hard enough and you're training them incorrectly. When I do see people train arms, I see them not doing full range of motion, which makes a massive impact on how much gains you're actually gonna have when you're training arms. Our next exercise is preacher curl. So let me set this camera up and get into that. So with the preacher curl, a massive thing you have to keep an eye out for is when you're sitting here, and this is actually I could probably adjust it a bit, but people have it too high where they're up like this and they're trying to curl, or too low where, you know, their shoulders are up near their ears, which you do not want. So I'll show you the perfect position, what you can have. for this machine. See how I'm sitting, my back's straight, and now I go like this. My arms are straight on there, and it's not uncomfortable for my shoulder either. So I know that the height is perfect, the position of my body's perfect, and that way going into the exercise, I know I'm gonna make the most out of my reps. So I've already done our warm up. So now we're gonna find the perfect weight for the working sets. We're doing 15 reps, 2 sets. Let's get into it. So you always want to focus on the tempo of every exercise and making sure you're doing the proper form. And I know I preach about the proper form, but people seem to not understand that you're actually losing so much potential and so many gains if you're not doing the proper form. And look, you can cheat rep and swing your body up, but there's a time and place for everything. And I mean, if you want to maximize the growth and get the quickest results, doing that isn't really gonna do that for you. It's been 45 seconds. Let's get into the next set. And if you're currently not tracking how long each set is, I would suggest you guys start doing that. Okay, that is the end of preacher curls, and I got the craziest mango sticky rice pump right now. We are doing dumbbell hammer curls, probably one of my favorite bicep exercises. This one's gonna be a burner, 2 sets of 20 reps, and we're gonna do both arms simultaneously, so at the same time. Again, slow and steady. We don't want to be rushing through these reps and throwing the weights around. Feel the burn. And you'll also find by doing dumbbell hammer curls, especially in the high rep range, you'll make your forearms grow a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean an insane amount. It's not necessary to completely train your forearms if you're implementing, or if you're doing a whole arm day by itself, and you're doing exercises that actually target the forearm as well as your bicep. So there's a little key tip for you guys if you're struggling with growing your forearms, is implement bicep exercises like the hammer curl that are gonna target your forearm as well. Okay, it's been 45 seconds. Let's get into it, another 20 reps. Lock in. Holy, now that was a burner. And if you're doing this exercise right now as well, you'd be cooked from that, because I definitely am. Okay, so that's the end for biceps. My biceps are blowing up, insane. Actually, that's a tatted arm, you can't see it. Huge mango sticky rice pump. Okay, let's get into triceps. So now on to triceps, probably one of my most favorite exercises, which is the dip machine. It's because you can load it up, and I find normal dips for me, they hurt my shoulders, and I got not a chronic amount of tennis elbow, but I do feel it quite a lot. We're doing 2 sets of 15 reps. And with a dip machine, I like to have my body slightly angled forward, and then that way I can get more of a stretch on my triceps. And one thing what I found with triceps, which is so important, is the mind-muscle connection. I know it's very important with every muscle group. A lot of people struggle to grow their triceps is because they don't have that connection built up. And when they do the exercise, do the movement, they're not feeling it as much as they should. Oh, 50. And sometimes, just to build up that mind-muscle connection, I would recommend, if you don't feel it in your sets, is just do a set where you do a high amount of reps, so 20 to 30, until you start to get that burn. And then you'll notice on your next working sets that you'll actually be able to connect to your triceps 10 times more. And another alternative is, if you do have a training partner, just get them to touch your tricep with their hands as you're going down or as you're doing the set. And that way, the brain's sending signals to your triceps, and that way it's easier to connect with your triceps whilst you're doing the exercise. So a minute is almost up. We want to go up in weight slightly, then another 15 reps. Another tip is make sure you have your elbows tucked in and not flared out like that. So this is a machine I've recently, this is a machine that I've recently just been getting into, and to be honest, I haven't ever used this machine. I've always thought it was useless. And the thing is, I was looking at it and I'm like, it's actually time to start trying different equipment. And surprisingly enough, it's actually a really good tricep exercise. So we're gonna do 2 sets of 12 to 15. And what I found with this is you just wanna make sure everything's just tucked in, your core's locked. And full range of motion is key. And you almost want to come back until your elbows start to lift off the pad and you get that little bit more of a stretch. Okay, slightly increase the weight, 1 minute rest, and then we're gonna do 12 to 15 again. And when you're doing most tricep exercises, the positioning of your hand and where you push from your hand is crucial. For this exercise, what I found is not actually putting the pressure here. So when you're pulling through, you're not gripping with this part. You're actually not even gripping really with your 3 fingers here. Where the majority of your pressure is in these 2 back fingers, your pinky finger and I think this is your index finger, but these 2 fingers, and you want to apply as much pressure as you possibly can through the set. So you're almost gripping it like this, like that. But obviously you do it closed, but a lot of the pressure is coming from there. And I found doing that, it makes it easier to connect with your tricep. Okay, that's the end of that exercise. Our next exercise is single arm tricep. Man, that took my breath away. Okay, let's get into it. I lied, I thought it was a single arm tricep push down. It's just normal tricep push downs. I like to use the V-bar for this. I just prefer it, my body prefers it. Okay, it's been a minute. Let's finish this off strong. With this exercise, you wanna make sure your elbows are tucked tight into your hips and you're on a slight bend. You wanna be locking in with your glutes and core at the same time. Okay, we actually don't need to go up in weight. I've chosen the perfect weight on the last set. I almost failed on 20, which is a good sign. It's not always necessary to go up in weight. Remember, core locked, glutes locked, elbows locked. Okay, that is the end of the workout, guys. Also, I want to let you guys know that if you feel like you're not progressing in the gym, or you feel like the results aren't coming to you as quick as you would like, you have to remember a lot of the influencers you see on Instagram, on YouTube, they've been training for years. I personally have been training for coming up to 14 years in total, and pretty consistent as well. That's why I do have the results I have. I just want you guys to understand that don't feel discouraged if you're a year, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, and you're not where you want to be. But you also have to keep in mind, as you develop your physique even more over time, you're gonna realize you're gonna become more critical on your body. So keep that in mind when you do get a better physique. You're gonna have worse body dysmorphia. So learn to control it now. Otherwise, you're gonna be looking at yourself in the mirror and be like, I can improve that, every little thing on your body. That being said, guys, that's the end of the workout. I'm gonna get into cardio, and I'll see you guys on the next video.